Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at Batman issue 124. This is from the Rebirth line from DC Comics, and this story is called Abyss Finale, which is very similar to issue 121, which was called The Abyss Finale. So I guess there's two finales? I don't know. This is written by Joshua Williamson, art by Howard Porter and Jorge Fornes. Tomeu Morey did the colors, Clayton Cowles letters, Jorge Molina did the cover, associate editor Dave Walgos, Ben Abernathy editor. Backup story about Poison Ivy is written by Willow Wilson, art by Dani, colors by Trish Mulvihill, letters by Hassan Otsmane-Elhaou, assistant editor Jessica Burby, edited by Amedo Totoro, Ben Abernathy group editor. So the primary story finds Abyss apparently back stomping around, but it's not the Abyss we saw previously. It is in fact somebody else, and Batman is there to stop her, but she is there to try and find out what happened to her parents, and she gets some good leads. Her parents were, of course, community organizers, because that's what you have to be in comics these days, I guess. They went missing, and Batman relays how he had the opportunity to kill Joe Chill. He's not named, but that's who it is. When he was arrested and in jail, but he didn't do it because he didn't want to be the same type of person Chill was. And that's an interesting flashback sequence. That was actually pretty well done. So he leaves Abyss to make her own decision about what to do with her parents' killer, and gives her the opportunity to join Batman Inc. It's an okay story. I didn't hate it. It doesn't have a whole lot to do with Abyss. It's just sort of tangentially related to that storyline and does set up the character to return as this new person. The art is pretty solid, actually. I wasn't too upset with it. Howard Porter can be a bit hit and miss sometimes, but I thought overall the art wasn't bad. I didn't hate it. It was serviceable for sure. And the cover of the issue isn't bad either, but it's just a pinup. It tells you nothing about the issue or the story, so that's kind of annoying. But the Poison Ivy story is a complete waste of space. Poison Ivy apparently had to get two sides of her personality merged in Fear State. That's at least footnoted in here. That was nice. And she spent some time talking to the gardener, which I didn't care about because that character's stupid. And then we jump forward and she's in the desert trying to get her powers back, and she makes a little friend, and then it leads into Poison Ivy issue 1. I didn't care about that story at all. It was pointless talking that did nothing for me and could have been better summed up in 2 pages at the beginning of Poison Ivy issue 1. It was a long way to get somewhere that didn't need to take that long. Could have been done in flashback. So I wasn't real impressed with the backup story. The main story is a good standalone, especially if you read the Abyss storyline, but you don't even need to have read that to appreciate what they were telling you in that one. So I would say get it out of a bargain bin for a couple bucks. I don't know if this story will be included in the trade paperback version of the Abyss storyline. It probably should be, but I don't know if it's going to be in there. It was a decent enough story, good standalone, and it's leading into Chip Zdarsky's run without actually having to have plot points that drag you into that kicking and screaming. So I didn't mind reading it. I just don't think it's worth the $5 cover price, especially because the backup story is absolutely pointless and boring. So if you get a chance to pick this up, I would say pay less than cover price for it. Don't pay more than $1 or $2. It's really not worth it, but it is a good standalone single issue, minus that horribly pointless Poison Ivy story. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.